Hi, welcome to Wags Cancer Journey. I'm Wags, and this is my cancer journey. Well, the day and time, huh? Well, it's the 19th of December. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully have a great holiday season. This will be the last time I check in before the new year, so everybody, hope your 2026 is a good one. Just a quick update, and wanted to jump in and let everybody know what's been going on, and that with our Christmas season here on us full bore. I know everybody's busy and hope to get time to jump in and at least give this a quick view. I'm going to be around family, friends over the holidays for sure. Probably already have started. Show this to somebody that might be going through something similar. Let's try to help one other person get through their struggle, and maybe it'll help. That's why I want this out there. And if you are struggling, you've been diagnosed this fall, maybe you've been doing this for quite some time, just know you can get through it. There's an end. They know what they're doing. Listen to the people, the doctors. They'll help you out. They'll get you through this. Well, we went in Monday for what was to be my last two CAT scans. One of the neck region where the cancer was, one of the lungs where I had the pneumonia, and where they believe has turned to lung cancer. Well, went in yesterday to see Dr. Burr, my oncologist. He's the one that helped me through radiation. And he's the one that's kind of been spearheading most everything, with his finger on the pulse of it all. And I guess I can report that he used the words cancer free. Merry Christmas to me. But I feel that the spot on my lungs is still there. It's not quite as inflamed as it was, the lymphoid around the right lung. And he did have me do another NavDx test. It's a blood test. They send it down. We had one done in September, if you'll remember. But that test is sent down to North Carolina, and it's very extensive. It goes through cell by cell, and if there's any cancer cells in your body, it shows up. Now, he feels very strongly that if that cancer in my lymphoid if it was indeed cancer, it would have showed up in September when they did the test. So me doing this blood test on yesterday and having them send that down is really it's just a formality to double, triple check that there's no cancer. He freed me to go back to work. Thinks it's a good idea to get back on the Haas, so to speak, and ride. And we're looking forward to that. I'm going in to see my primary Christmas Eve, the 24th, that morning, to get my CDL reinstated so I can get back into the truck, hopefully the first of the year. If there is a truck, which we don't know. I was promised that my truck wouldn't be touched, and that didn't go as planned. So I don't have a truck to jump back into. So I guess if you have a truck, give me a call. So we went in and we read the results earlier, and we kind of thought that's what was going on. But how have I been feeling? How's the recovery been going? I have a swallow study again on Monday, and I was going to wait to put this video out till after that, but I felt this was important enough news to. The swallow study is basically where I had been to where I'm at now, and they'll give me some pointers to help strengthen my larynx, my swallowing to the future. But it's nothing that's going to keep me on the sidelines where I can't work. So I'm going to be working on that. I still have some recovering to do. So Dr. Burr, my oncologist, told me yesterday that it would take up to 2 years for a lot of my taste to come back. I eat out of necessity. I don't really eat for flavor. I cook. I love the smells. My nose works great. And I love cooking and baking this time of year for other folks. Not so much for myself. If I had to do it just for myself, I eat a lot of eggs. Just quick protein, put down, done. So that being said, we're looking forward to that. Not a lot of taste. If it is coming back, it's coming back so slowly. I'm not noticing big things, I will say this, I've only had steak a couple of times because of my throat, and what I have had still tastes great. So as long as I can eat steak and eggs, I'm okay. Everything's dry. I do have very, I don't know if it's considered a severe case of dry mouth, but it's definitely, I believe it's to be severe, and sometimes severe is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I'm here to tell you, I have a severe dry mouth. Everything I eat seems like it's just the turkey breast of a dry turkey on Thanksgiving. Just that. You need something to wash it down, it's tough to chew, tough to swallow. I still take too big of bites. I'm learning slowly to take smaller bites. One of my favorite things to eat in the whole wide world, anybody knows me, is hamburgers, which is one of the driest things to eat. You just can't get enough fluid. Almost rather have barbecues anymore, just because you got covered manwich or whatever. It's easier to eat. So the dry mouth is big. That's a big thing. They say that'll come back somewhat to a certain extent, but at some point, I'm nearly 6 months out of treatment. The 4th of January, I will be 6 months out of radiation and chemotherapy. At some point, you kind of have what you have. I realize that there's some things that have changed dramatically since before the diagnosis with cancer, but nothing I wouldn't, I guess I wouldn't give up. My left ear rings terribly. And my hearing in that ear has gone down. If I was to bet, 60 to 80%. I got dogs that'll fight in the morning. They're playing around together, and I can lay with my right ear, which used to be my bad ear, which is now my good ear. I can lay with that on the pillow with my left ear up. I don't hardly hear a thing. So I turn around where my right ear's up. I can hear everything. So there's definitely some differences there. All the weapons that I've shot, I lost a lot of hearing in my right ear, and now it's become my good ear. When I first went into the military years ago, my left ear was actually less than my right ear. From looking in, watching the hay go in, or raking hay, or and your left ear's towards the exhaust on the tractor. So it's a typical farm boy hearing loss, which was minimal. So I'd like to know what the difference is. We're talking about going to an audiologist, ear doctor, after the first of the year, and probably going to end up with hearing aid of some sort or another. That doesn't mean the selective hearing is going to stop. It just means that if I don't like what you say, I can tune you out. So we've covered the taste. Hearing's definitely huge. The neuropathy is off the charts. Hoping I have gotten out ice fishing once, and it was a warm day, and I have boots, and it actually, my feet felt cool at the end of the day, but not cold. Normally it don't take long at all. I can't hardly feel my feet at all. I walk like Herman Munster because I got to slap them on the ground to actually feel them. I broke my toe next to my big toe a few weeks ago and didn't even know it until I took my sock off, and my toe next to my big toe was under my big toe and just as black as midnight. I didn't even know it was there. So the neuropathy is real, but I have steel toe boots. It's not, again, nothing is going to keep me from working. You got to watch your feet. You got to watch your hands. Up and down ladders, stairs, that stuff becomes easy trip hazards when you don't feel your feet. And if you don't think it's, just try it sometime. It's huge. I had no idea how much that's little things like this that you take for granted. But I'll grab a nut and a bolt, or put a bolt in to get it started. I gotta watch it. And so much things that, if you see, look at my hands are tore up because I replaced the starter on my pickup the other day. And some of that stuff, you're reaching up and you're just doing it by feel. But when you don't feel, kind of tough to do. As it turned out, I could do it by sight, and I got it. And a little help from a friend come over and help finish up another project in the books. So I'm looking forward to that coming back some. I don't know that it will. Medications. I am down to half of a blood thinner a day. Xarelto. I take half of one every day. They like to see 6 months of being on a blood thinner from the time you're diagnosed with a blood clot. And I was put on this blood thinner in August 20th or somewhere in there. So I've got a ways to go before I'm done with that. It'd be around Valentine's Day. I should be done off the blood thinners, but again, that's not a disqualifier for driving. So in jumping in the truck and sitting in the seat in the same spot, it's not a bad thing. But far as the pregabalin, I am completely off it. I've been off it for a couple of weeks. Do I feel it in my throat? Yeah, I do. Not enough to go back on it. Not the side effects of the loopiness and the tired and not having the energy. I would just as soon deal with a little sore throat every day, and it's slight. Some days it's a 1, some days it's a 3. Mainly since I've gotten off the pregabalin, I've had a headache. This is my 3rd week, constant headache. Take a couple Advil, and I'm usually fine. Twice a day, at the most. Again, nothing that's going to hinder me. These are all things I feel that you might just live with, and maybe it's the ringing in my ears that's giving me the headache. I don't know, but not a lot we're going to do about that right now. We're just trying to get through the holidays like everybody else, and we'll worry about some of this other stuff later. But appetite, again, I kind of eat on necessity. I don't eat a lot. Trying to keep my weight down. I don't want to put it all back on at once. I have gained a couple pounds since treatment, which is, I shouldn't gain a whole lot. Hopefully I can build back some upper body strength, because I had anybody that knew me prior to treatment, I had some pretty good sized chest and pipelators, and was pretty broad, where that's where I lost a lot of my weight, was just muscle mass. My legs always look like they belong on a pinball machine, but now they're worse than they were. So, pretty active. I've got a lot of energy. So I've been doing what I can, outside. I walked quite a ways on the ice the other day, ice fishing. I plan on doing that until I get back to work as much as possible. I really enjoy it. Again, the world's worst fisherman, but I enjoyed it. And yeah, I actually caught a few fish. I might, put a picture of a couple of the bluegills I caught up here. But all in all, I feel good. Getting off that pregabalin was one of the most important things I've done. I didn't know. I knew there were side effects to it, and I've read it. People have read it to me. I understand there's some pretty. It's a nasty drug. Well, you can really feel that you're off it. You feel good. I got a lot more energy, stamina throughout the day. I don't crash like I was when I was on the pregabalin. I could go pretty good during the day, but when I'd sit down in late afternoon, it's like letting the air out of the balloon, man. I was done. I'd sit and watch TV for an hour and a half, and it's time to go to bed. So now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, but whatever I do, I think I'm gonna be able to do it with the type of drive that I've always had, and kind of people have kind of come to know me for. And there was a lot of this summer and fall, I did not feel that was going to be the case, and I do feel now that I can do what I want to do with the type of drive and passion that I've always done it with, and enthusiasm. But that being said, I want to wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope that over the holidays, or whenever you can, if you can please like, subscribe, show this to somebody, share it with somebody that may have gone through a journey, going through a journey. I do think it's really important for you to reach out to them like you have me. So many people have touched me this year, 2025, with your kindness and your thoughts and prayers, and I couldn't have done it without you. You need to continue that to someone else, because I'm here to tell you, I don't wish this on anybody. I'm so glad that if someone in my family had to go through it, it was me and not one of my siblings. I made it. Thanks to all you guys, I made it. So, share this with someone. They're feeling pretty alone. They're feeling pretty hopeless, pretty worthless. But with your love and kindness, thoughts and prayers, they'll get through it, just like you got me through it. I pray that I can help the next person get through theirs. My journey's been worth it if it works. Future. I have another scan in 3 months. They want to double check to make sure this lymph node and the pneumonia goes down. And again, this adhesions or adhesions, whatever they call it, is due to my throat not working like yours and bacteria getting into my lungs and turning it into infection, into pneumonia, not because of anything else. So it's a different type. I'll live. I'll get through it. But that's my next steps. I may not touch in until then unless something catastrophic happens, which I don't see it happening. I have every intention of going back to work, doing something, and carving out a living, wrapping myself into that and my family, helping them through their daily struggles that they may be going through. Can't wait for it to warm back up where I can ride my bike. If I get a snowmobile trip in this year, great. If I don't, I understand. My feet may keep me off the snowmobile because it may not be fair to my friends to go all the way to Michigan or northern Wisconsin and not be able to ride all day because I can't. I need to be somewhere with my feet up and getting them warm because I don't have the circulation or the feeling in my feet that I had at one time. Hopefully the audio on this is okay because I realize that I don't have my wireless mic and not really looking to do it again. So for Jim, Wags Cancer Journey, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.